Hey guys, in this video we're going to look at combining some transformations of the graph of f of x is equal to x squared, and this is also sequences of transformations for quadratics. And so we're going to take a quadratic and kind of spice it up. We're going to move it left and right, up and down, and then we're going to either stretch or compress it, which means we're going to make it wider or narrower. And then sometimes we'll flip it over the x-axis. All right, so the first one, we have 1/2 x minus 1 squared and then minus 2. All right, so the first thing you want to do, the way I teach this, and some teachers will make you make a big elaborate table of values and then you graph all the points from the table of values, and it really takes forever. This way is going to not take so long at all because it deals mainly with the vertex. So we have x minus 1 squared minus 2. It used to be at the origin, x squared, just plain x squared, the parent function, the vertex is at the origin. This one is x minus 1, so that slides it 1 unit to the right. And then minus 2 will slide the vertex 2 units down. And so our new vertex is right here. Now, we just looked at this video, probably a day or two ago, the 1/2 in front. The 1/2 in front, this number, which we call a, controls how wide or narrow it gets. So it went from 1 to 1/2. So all the y values are being cut in half. So it used to be over 1 up 1, but now we take half of that. Over 1 up a half of 1 is 1/2 in both directions. It used to be over 2 up 4, but now it's half of that, so over 2 up 2. And this is going to be a lot easier than making a table of values. It used to be over 3 up 9, but now half of that's 4.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. And over here on the other side, it used to be over 4 up 16, but now it's half of that, so that's 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up top, right here and right there. So now we go ahead and connect our points smoothly to make our parabola. And we just kind of have to do this as best we can. And that's pretty good. One thing to note, we do have an axis of symmetry. And the axis of symmetry is a vertical line that goes through the vertex. And so I will put that on this one just to remind you. The axis of symmetry is a dashed vertical line, and it goes right through the vertex, and that is basically your mirror. The left side and right side are identical. And so the equation of that line, AOS, is x equals, have to have the x equals, 1. And you should really just kind of monitor that every time you graph a quadratic to make sure that you know where the axis of symmetry is, because they are going to ask that on your state test, I'm sure. All right, so let's get to the rest of these. Second one, we have x squared. It did not move left or right because there's no parentheses, but it did move 3 units up. So it started at the origin and it moved 3 units up to the new vertex here. The minus 1 in front of the x squared we saw before flips it down. And so when it flips it down, it's not going to be over 1 up 1, it's going to be over 1 down 1 this time. It's going to be over 2, not up 4, but down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the other side. And over 3 used to be up 9, now it's going to be down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the way at the bottom, it looks like. And over here. And so we go ahead and connect our points. So we see that it didn't get wider or narrower, it just flipped. And that's what the negative does. It just makes all your y values negative, which is going to flip it. All right, next one. This time we have negative x plus 2 squared plus 2. So we move the vertex first. X plus 2, we'll move it 2 units left. The plus 2 moves it 2 units up. And so our new vertex is going to be right there at negative 2, 2. The negative 1 in front of the parentheses here is going to flip it down. So over 1, down 1. Over 2, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. and over 3 down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can't really fit the last one on here. If I did, it'd be like right there. That would be like right there. So now I go ahead and connect my points here. I'll use those last two as a reference just to see if I can get there. Yep. And that looks pretty good right there. So not wider or narrower, just got flipped. All right, this one. Okay, don't worry about the 0.8 yet. You got x minus 3 squared minus 4. So the x minus 3 is going to shift it, the vertex, 3 units to the right. And then the minus 4 is 4 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our new vertex should be right there. The 0.8 in front, that's interesting. It used to be over 1 up 1, but now we're going to take 0.8 of everything we used to do. So it's going to be over 1 up 0.8 instead, which is going to put it right there and make it a little bit wider. So now it used to be over 2 up 4. So now we got to take 0.8 of 4. So if you have any issues with this, I know most of you probably don't even need a calculator, but if you do, you get 3.2. So it's going to be over 2 up 1, 2, 3.2. And about right there. It used to be over 3 up 9, but now we're going to take 0.8 of that. So 9 times 0.8 equals 7.2. So we're going to go over 3 up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.2. That's probably the last one we can get on there anyway. About right there. All right, so we're going to smoothly connect our points. You always want to put as many on here as you can fit on your graph. And it looks pretty good. And there you go. So that's how you handle a decimal up front, or even a fraction. Fraction the same way. Okay, this time we have x plus 1 squared minus 4, and we'll deal with that 4 here in a minute. So the plus 1 is going to move it 1 unit left, and the minus 4 is 4 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our new vertex should be right there at -1, -4. And so now we need to deal with our next points. So it used to be over 1 up 1, but the 4 in front is multiplying everything times 4. So over 1 up 1 times 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to make it a lot narrower. So a lot skinnier. It used to be over 2 up 4, but now you're going to go over 2 up 4 times 4, which is 16. That's way too big. So we're not going to be able to fit 16 on here. So in this case, all we've got are these 3 points, and that's pretty much it. That's all we can really do. And so I'm just going to kind of graph this kind of narrow like that, and that's just how it's going to be. Okay, this one. This time it did not move left or right, but it did. The vertex did move 5 units up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we got a -2 in front. So it's going to flip down. It used to be over 1, and I'm going to say down this time because it's negative. Over 1 down 1, but we're multiplying everything by 2 also. So over 1 down 2 instead. All right. It used to be over 2 down 4, but now you're multiplying everything by 2. So over 2 down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's probably the last point that we can fit on there. The next ones are going to be way too big, which is what happens normally when you make the graph narrower like this. And there is your graph. Okay, number 7. This one, we're going to go ahead and move it 2 units. Let's see, x minus 2 to the right. There's no constant at the end other than 0, so it does not move up or down. So we're going to leave it right there. The 2/3 in front says to multiply all of our previous values by 2/3. So it used to be over 1 up 1. Now it's over 1 up 2/3 of 1, which is 2/3. First one's usually pretty easy. All right, it used to be over 2 up 4, but now we have to take 2/3 of 4, which is going to be about 8/3. Okay, so if you take your calculator and you say 8 divided by 3 equals, you get about 2.7. Because we need a good reference here. So up 1, 2, and about 0.7 would be about right there. All right, it used to be over 3 up 9, but now we got to take 2/3 of that. That's going to give us 18 over 3, which is actually exactly 6. So we're going to go over 3 up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. And we're going to go ahead and connect those points. Looks pretty good. And there is our graph for number 7. All right, number 8. This time we have -1/2 and then x minus 2 squared plus 3. So we're going to move the vertex. Let's see, x minus 2 is 2 units right, plus 3 is 3 units up. So it looks like our new vertex is right there at 2, 3. We have a -1/2 in front, so it used to be over 1, down because of the negative, over 1, down 1, but we're taking half of everything, so over 1, down 1/2. It used to be over 2, down 4, taking half of that, over 2, down 2. It used to be over 3, down 9, but now it's half of that, so over 3, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.5, 4.5. Okay, it used to be over 4, down 16, but now we're taking half, and so that's going to be 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like we can squeeze that one in there. And on the other side. And now we're going to go ahead and connect our points. As best you can. That looks pretty good. Okay, we'll do a couple more here. This one. We don't have any parentheses, so it did not move left or right. It did move -6 units down. And when I say it, I mean the vertex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down here. 1.2 is going to multiply all of our previous y values by 1.2. So over 1 up 1.2 this time. 1.2. Okay, it used to be over 2 up 4, but now we have to take 1.2 of that. So 1.2, oops, wrong one. 1.2 times 4 is 4.8. Okay, so we're going to go over 2 up 1, 2, 3, 4.8. About right there. And it's going to be a little bit narrower. Okay, it used to be over 3 up 9, so we're going to take 1.2 of that. So 1.2 times 9 is 10.8. All right, so over 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.8 will be about right here. And on the other side. And it looks like that's about all we can do. So we're going to connect our points, make a parabola, smooth it out. And it looks pretty good. And we'll do one more. Okay, this time we have x minus 3 squared plus 3 and then a negative out front. So x minus 3 is going to move it 3 units to the right. Plus 3 is 3 units up. So it should be at 3, 3. The minus in front just basically flips it down. So over 1, down 1. Over 2, down 4. Right there. And over 3, down 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right in the corner. And right there. We're going to smooth it out. And there's our graph. So these have been sequences of quadratic transformations. So remember to like my videos, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we will see you guys later. Bye.